Hello everybody. It's been a while, hasn't it? My name is Elijah Davalos, and I'm here to update you on a few things. This isn't going to be a formal video. It's going to be more of a, I don't know. So, to start you off, I'm going to start from the very beginning. When I made the Scientology video, I was still having a great time making content, and then when I made the Capricorn and Spirit video, I started getting symptoms of schizophrenia. What happened with that was, when I was making the Capricorn and Spirit video, I wasn't believing fully what I was saying. I was believing some of the things she was saying, like how this thing is going to come around and it can either build you or tear you down. Very interesting coincidence that it was around the time I got schizophrenia. Ha 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 ha. Anyways, so what's going on? Well, for a while, when I was getting signs of schizophrenia, I knew I couldn't make content anymore. At first, I thought it was because I started not having the same beliefs. My beliefs were changing. I started believing in more spiritual shit, like eternal life. That was one of them. So I just had to stop making content. But I didn't know what to say. I was fucking terrified of saying anything. So I made sure to just shut down the Patreon. That was my first number one step, was to shut down the Patreon so nobody gets pissed I'm not making content and I'm still getting paid for it, because that would be bullshit. Obviously the second step should have been making a video, but again, I was too scared. I didn't know what to say, so I just didn't say anything. And that should have been the end of it, but it wasn't. My symptoms of schizophrenia started getting worse. I started believing in scary ass things. I don't really want to say what they were, but I will anyway. It might sound stupid to sane people, but to me at the time, I believed it fully. I believed in the delusion where spiders, right? You know, everyone knows spiders. They're scary to some people. I believed spiders were gonna roll my eyes this way, like that, and then eat them. Now how? Simple. The spiders would crawl into my ears. There would be a hole, because of course there'd be a hole, right? And then they'd crawl into that, and that hole would lead to my eyeballs. I figured this out because if you take a bobby pin and you take it, if you take something really small, like a paper clip for example, when you roll it out into a fine strip, I don't know how to describe things, I'm sorry. If you put it deep enough not to hit your eardrum, I can't even think of words, it's right next to your fucking eyeball. Deep enough. It goes right next to it. It's pretty freaky. But then, oh God, it just got worse. I started believing I was controlling everyone, the entire population. How? Well, everybody was in some sort of different plane of existence. They just woke up and then they were magically somewhere in it, like a different fucking plane of existence. Reality just flipped for them like this. It was like this, and then reality for them just went like this. So now they're in the same fucking earth and everything, but it's different. This time around, I'm controlling them. So nobody could tell me what was wrong, because in that plane of existence, when you come back, you just forget it. So I believed I was controlling literally everyone, including people I know, which is obviously very distressing. And I had to use not a bobby pin. Yes, it is a bobby pin. I thought I had the wrong word for it, but yes, it is a bobby pin. Yes. So I had to. You can break a bobby pin. The bendy part, you can like bend it back and forth until it snaps, and then you got this little nice curve. I wish I had a bobby pin to show you guys, but I don't know where one is. But it has a nice curve, and it's a little pokey. I don't know how to describe it. It's a little rough at the very edge, and you can just stick it in there and scrape the earwax out. I couldn't do it, obviously. That shit's hard as fuck. I wanted to do it like that, where you just like rip it out, but I couldn't do it. I always missed, and I've even made my ear bleed. Not from hitting the eardrum, but from just scraping the top of my ear canal wall. I did it enough times so it bleed. Luckily I didn't damage my hearing. I don't know how. I have no fucking idea how, but I didn't damage my hearing. So after a while, I knew something was wrong with me. And my parents were getting frequently more annoyed and mad at me. So I had to tell them something. Because something was definitely wrong. I was talking to myself way more often than I'd usually. I would talk to myself infrequently. Like, oh shit, that's right, I gotta do that. But no, I was having straight up full conversations with myself. Yeah, so all those people you're controlling, they're really mad, but at the same time, something like that. Something like that. I can't really describe to you what the conversations were because it's been a while since I talked to myself like that. So what's up? Well, once I told them that, they said to go into an inpatient facility for a week. And that's when I was first diagnosed with schizophrenia. And when I read the symptoms of schizophrenia, let me pull them up. Hallucinations, delusions, disorganized thinking, lack of motivation, change in sleep patterns, poor grooming or hygiene, changes in body language and emotions, less interest in social activities, low sex drive. There was another one that said believes in impending doom. That was another symptom I read from a paper I got from Inpatient. I have no idea where it is now. I have so many goddamn papers I can't show you guys. But yeah, delusions, disorganized thinking, lack of motivation, change in sleep patterns, poor grooming or hygiene, changes in body language and emotion, less interest in social activities. All those clicked. And then the impending doom one clicked too, because I believe my soul was going to be harvested by some entity. I have no reason why I should have believed any of these things, but at the same time, when you're schizophrenic, you just do. You just believe it because it comes from your brain. Lyrics from God given. Your brain would never tell you anything that wasn't absolutely true, that didn't come right from his mouth, and he wants me to tell you. Obviously, that is a song about politics and how the political party is like, well, God said this, right? But I feel like that's a good example, Your brain would never tell you anything that wasn't absolutely true, that didn't come right from its mouth and it was made to tell you. It would never tell you anything that wasn't absolutely true, that hadn't come right from its mouth and it was made to tell you. Basically. I should stop closing my fucking browser. Okay, so what happened after that? Well, I thought I got better. I really didn't. It still bothered me. I still believed I was being controlled. I also had that delusion too that I was losing control, and so I was trying to justify me controlling people by going, look, I can't be controlled either. But it wasn't. It was just a placebo or something. I don't have that delusion anymore. That was pretty scary. I didn't do anything crazy other than eat. You know those things that like you put into sodas and you make them like fizz and come up all crazy? I ate those. And they're not good to eat, by the way. They make you puke. They literally just make you gag. You can't even eat them necessarily, because as soon as you put them in your mouth and start chewing, you just start gagging. That's basically what it was. I ate that, and it was bad. It was very bad. Don't do that. Oh boy. And I thought I wasn't in control, so I ate them, and I'm like, oh god, why would I do this? Yeah, but that was the only crazy thing I did. So after I went into inpatient, I got out. I was like, wow, this is crazy. I need to leave the city because the demon or whatever is going to harvest my fucking soul, right? Going back to that, I believe the delusion where I didn't know what to believe in. Was it either scrape the earwax out of my ears, or was it that my soul was going to be harvested? Well, I believed if I did this, I would gain secret knowledge. I would be able to lift a car and toss it, pick up a tree and uproot it, and I'd be able to jump really high in the air. Like super high. Super duper high. Right? That's what I believe. And the first step was to do something that proves you're strong, which is scrape earwax out of your ears, because of course, right? It was coming to the end of the year, and I had to leave the city, or else the demon was going to harvest my soul, or whatever it was. I'll just call it a demon. So the year was starting to end, and I just had this thought: what if I just go camping at the end of the year, and I just wear like 2 jackets so I don't get too cold, and I just go to the outskirts of the city, go somewhere in the desert, get a good tent so nothing can come in, and yeah, just get a shit ton of jackets to make sure I'm not cold. But my parents were like, no, it's too cold. Obviously, right? They're not gonna make me go they're not gonna let me go camping at the end of fucking December. And the video's already 15 minutes long. You're fucking with me, right? The year ended, and the next year rolled around, and nothing happened. That was like a turning point for me when I realized, okay, this really is just schizophrenia. I really am just crazy. And that whole time I still kept fighting the one thing I couldn't let go of. I still kept fighting over the fact of whether I'm controlling people or not. And to this day, I still am. I told my therapist about it, obviously. She's worried because I'm having intrusive thoughts. She already told the doctor I'm going to see him in less than 2 weeks. He'll prescribe me with something other than what I'm already taking. Or more of what I'm taking. I don't know, more milligrams, whatever. I guess the only good thing that's come out of this is that when I was an outpatient, I've been an inpatient twice. I came once when I told you in the story. Yeah, I was an inpatient for a week again, and then I went to outpatient for a month. That was more fun than being an inpatient. It went by way faster than expected. It didn't feel like a month at all. But I graduated. As my name. When my friend graduated, Erin, she gave me this. Her name is Brenya. She's a unicorn, which is obvious. But look at what you can do. You can change color to be gray or rainbow. It's pretty dope. And then she came back for my graduation. She gave me a cake, a letter, more like a card that said, "I'm so fucking proud of you," literally. And that's where the story kind of ends. So I know what you guys are thinking, right? What about the channel? What's happening with that? Well, glad you asked. I have no idea. I don't know if I'm going to be making content. I really don't know. My beliefs, I don't know what happened to them. They just went out the door. They just decided to go, "Oh, you know what's real? Now you don't. Goodbye," and just left. So I don't know what's going to happen with the channel, really. I hate to say I don't know, but it's true. I really don't. I want to say making the YouTube channel was definitely not a regret in my life. Having a community that talks to me and I can talk back to is still fucking awesome. The fact that I made it that far into YouTube, that I even had a community, was really fucking cool. And it's one of the best things that I've ever made. I'm really proud of that. I'm really proud of you guys too for really helping me reach that in this YouTube channel, for giving me a reason to make this video, because I missed my community and I know you guys are worried and don't know what the fuck's going on. I mean, literally the only person I told was Prophet Azad, and that was because I missed out on making a video with him, and so I just told him straight up, "Dude, I have schizophrenia, it's been hard." And he was like, "No worries, man, it's all good." But yeah, I'm not really good at saying things, I guess. I'm like my dad in that regard. I really don't talk about things much. But yeah, that's gonna be it. I'll let you all know if I'll start making content again, or if I make a new YouTube channel. Who knows. But yeah, I'll update you on my progress with schizophrenia if you really want to know, right? But yeah, that's pretty much it. Bye bye.